Hey Sagittarius, I hope you guys are doing great. It's Tipsy here to do your general life tarot reading for September 1st through the 15th. We're going to get started and pull some oracle cards just to see what the overall energy is surrounding this reading for you guys. And the first card that came out is Yin Yang. Let's grab something from the Moonology deck and see what other messages we have for the overall energy surrounding you all. What's going on with my Sagittarius collective? Okay. What we have is full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. So we'll see how those cards tie into your overall reading, but let's get into some tarot. And we're going to start first with your current energy. What's happening with my Sagittarius collective? We have Two of Cups. For what's currently hidden, we have the Four of Pentacles. Advice from Spirit. We have the Page of Swords. And for your potential outcome, we have Judgment and we also have Strength. All right, let's grab another tarot deck and see if we can clarify these cards a little bit further. Your current energy, we have Nine of Cups. For what's currently hidden, we have Temperance in reverse. For advice from Spirit, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, or the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And for your potential outcome, we have the High Priestess in reverse. All right, let's grab some Lenormand and get some final messages. We have the Whip for your current energy. What's hidden from my Sagittarius? We have the Fox. For advice from Spirit, we have the Owls. Oh, okay, that did want to come out really badly. And then for your potential outcome, we have the Garden. All right, let's get into this, Sag. So the overall energy that we have surrounding this reading for you right now is yin yang, and you are good enough. And so what it feels like is that there's you sort of finding your balance, right? And I almost feel like there's sort of an understanding for you that you're not perfect. And that's not saying it in a bad way, but you're more than enough. And so this might be, again, this is a general life reading. So this might be someone who is going to school. This is someone who's starting a business. This is someone who, you know, is starting a career or something. And it almost feels as though there's this nagging thought that you're not good enough, that you're not going to be successful, that, you know, that sometimes has you feeling a little off balance. Like there seems to be a lot of uncertainty and hesitation in whatever it is that's going on. And it feels like a lot of self-doubt that creeps up. But the energy that's surrounding this is Spirit saying, no, 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 you are good enough. You are enough. If you're going to school, you know, maybe you're an older student and you're surrounded by 19, 20 something year olds and you feel a little bit out of place. Nope, that's exactly where you need to be. You're fine. You're right where you should be. Maybe this is you going into a new career, going into a new field, and you're unsure of yourself. And you're not, you know, there are moments of doubt that you'll actually be able to do well. But you know what? Nope, you're smart. You're fine. You got this. Maybe you're starting a business and you don't have fancy marketing or a fancy website. It's enough that you got started. You're good enough. So you have to find that balance and not let that self-doubt throw you off, because you're more than capable. You're more than deserving But you have to embrace that. You have to find that balance and not let this fear, this imbalance sort of shake you from where you are. So looking at your current energy, we have the Two of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Whip. This to me is somebody who is putting so much effort and so much energy towards whatever it is that you're working on. It's because it feels like you're excited about it. It feels like it's something that you genuinely enjoy and that you are determined to do a good job at. I think that this is something, it feels like this makes you smile. Like you look forward to working on it. Even if there's a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of uncertainty, it feels like this is something that you are just pushing, you are driving towards. You are really putting in a lot of effort, a lot of work. Looking at what's currently hidden from you, we have the Four of Pentacles, we have Temperance in reverse, and we also have the Fox. So what this feels like is that, what's a good way to say this? I think that there's a sense of growing impatience with you in terms of progression. So even though there's been a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of concern that you weren't equipped for whatever this is, it still feels like it's almost like face the fear and do it anyway, or whatever that quote is, that you're pushing through, that you are driving really hard. And I think that you are sort of, growing a little bit frustrated because you haven't seen the fruits of your labor just yet. And that may be what's contributing to the concern you have that you're not doing enough, that you're not enough for whatever this is. And it almost feels as though there may be a little something brewing underneath the surface of whatever this is that is keeping you from seeing results from all of your effort. It might be that there is someone who is working against you. And I don't think that this is an innocent type of energy. It feels very deliberate. It feels like I just heard fox in the hen house. So I think that's what you don't see while you're sort of experiencing this frustration, is that there may be someone lurking in the wings who's actively working against you being able to reap the benefits of the work that you've been putting in here. So looking at the advice from Spirit, we have the Page of Swords, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Owls. So what this is telling me is that Spirit is saying, I just heard no sudden moves. What I'm feeling is that Spirit is saying, this is the time for you to be observant. This is time for you, I think, to get a full understanding of what's going on behind the scenes. We have two sort of watcher cards, right? We have the Page of Swords is somebody who looks, but they don't necessarily say too much. They do more looking than talking. And we also have the Owls. And if you can see how their eyes are just kind of laser focused, they're just staring. This is what I think Spirit is saying that you need to do, is keep your eyes open and only chatter with people who you know are on the same page as you, who are aligned. But this is not the time for you to give into frustration and start feeling as though you've missed out on something or that you've been left out in the cold. This is the time for you to find your balance, embrace your worth, know that the work you've been putting in is more than enough, and be observant. Keep your eyes open for whoever this person might be, and keep your eyes open for opportunities that might come in that will allow you to sort of jump back into the fold and start seeing the fruits of all of your efforts. So what we have for your potential outcome, we have judgment, we have strength, we have the High Priestess in reverse, and we also have the Garden. So what I feel like is going to come out of this, as long as you sort of keep your cool, keep moving along, and just keep your eyes open, I think that something is going to come to light for you. That there is going to be a sort of finality to this situation that you've been experiencing, this little bit of frustration, this sort of constant grind, and getting impatient with seeing the return on that investment. I think that you are ultimately going to see a return on that investment. And this person that was sort of moving in the shadows, they're going to be outed. That's going to sort of come to light. They're not going to continue sort of floating in this space where they're untouchable. I think that their deeds are going to come to light. You're going to hang in there, right? I think that you will recognize your value, recognize your worth, and you're not going to stop moving towards your dreams. I think that you will find your balance and strength as you sort of await what's coming next. And what's coming next is the outing of this person and the creation of something new. Something is going to come into full bloom. These seeds that you've been planting and this work that you've been putting in, it's going to blossom. It's going to start bearing fruit. So just hang in there for a little bit. I know it's stressful right now, but find your balance. Everything is going to correct itself in due time. And I don't think that this is something that's going to take forever, a few weeks, a couple of months, but there will be a resolution that's going to really turn out in your favor. So what we have for the final oracle card for you, Sag, is true manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. So this is you, focusing on you. You're not out to get anybody else. You're not out to destroy anybody else, especially with you sort of being in a place of an observer and letting things unfold. This is not you actively trying to get back at this person. This is you minding the business that pays you, moving forward on your own path, making sure that you're balanced, putting in the work where you see fit, and you're letting the universe take care of the rest. So that's for the highest good of everyone, especially you, right? I don't think this person is doing themselves any favors by acting like a jackass and doing things that are underhanded. So probably in their best interest to learn this lesson. So look at you manifesting for the highest good of everyone. But in the end, you're going to get something that's so lush and fertile and just absolutely blooming with goodness. So stay in your path, Sag. You're doing good. I'm going to leave it there for you. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.